YouTube, you know what day it is. It's Tuesday, and that means it's Tier List Tuesday. Let's go. So this week on Tier List Tuesday, guys, we're going to be doing the ARs in Season 3. So I was originally not thinking about doing this because I was like, you know what? We just did one in Season 2, but there has been some humongous changes to the AR meta, whether it be for secondary weapons, whether it be for main ARs, all kinds of stuff since last season. So definitely important to go over this here today. I'm going to rank all of them, every single one of them, even the bad ones to even the highest meta ones. And hopefully I can teach you guys which one's going to work best for you and which one just you should stay away from. So let's jump into this quickly here. It looks like first off today, we have the AS Val, guys. So the AS Val, I am going to put at... I really want to put it at top tier viable because it has the fastest time to kill in the game. And a 1v1, if you have this gun, you're gonna win if you hit your shots. But it has a 30 round mag. So if you're not in solos and duos, I would probably put it at Warzone meta. But if you're playing trios and quads like you normally would with playing for high kill games, I'll just put it at top tier viable for now. The stats are just too good on it. There's no recoil on the builds I have, and you guys can find all these builds. I'll put a link in the description below. It'll have every one of my loadouts. I'm keeping an Excel sheet. You guys can save it, or Google Sheets. You can save it. It has every single loadout for all of these. So I usually would show you guys a picture of the loadout, but we made this list. It's easier for you guys to go in there, and I'm updating it all the time. So next we have the AN94. The AN94, I'm going to put at viable. It just doesn't do enough damage. I really just started testing it out again this week, and I was like, let's just see with how the meta has been changing. Let's try it out. It still just doesn't do enough damage. If you hit that hyper burst on a headshot, then it's pretty decent, but what are the chances you're going to hit a headshot with that every single time? The consistency is just not there. We'll leave it at viable, though, because the slower time to kill doesn't make it not viable, but it's solid. The 3 bursts from Call of Duty Warzone. Who remembers when J-God tried to troll everyone last season and tell you that this was like the most slept on gun in the game? This gun's not good, guys. It has too much recoil. It's really hard to hit all 3 shots with it. If you could hit all 3 bullets, yes, J-God stats would make sense, but it just doesn't do good enough, to be completely honest, to make it into anywhere near viable for me. If you're going to run a 3 burst, you might as well go run the AUG or M16. Even after the nerfs, they're still better than this. So that's the only reason I put it on here, because it's listed as an AR. Other than that, I would probably leave it off this list and put it in my tac rifle video that I did last week. So if you guys want to see that, I have that last week, and that was pretty fun. A little bit different because there's not a ton of them, so it's kind of a quick watch. But the Amax just got nerfed this week. So this has been my favorite AR for a long time now. I've never thought it's been broken, though. It has done a lot of damage and obviously had no fall off damage at range, which they did change finally, so that is good. It takes a little bit extra damage now. They just basically took -1. So you have to hit 1 more bullet, basically, in a shot. So to me, this is still Warzone meta. I have noticed almost a no change to it, because in my opinion, it hasn't ever been broken. Yes, the time to kill was crazy, but like the recoil, no matter how good you are at controlling recoil, there's just times where you miss your shots. I love this gun to death, and there's just times where I'm like, man, I just missed an entire clip on someone that's like long range. But there's times where people are at long range and I absolutely just beam them. So you get to give and take with this gun. It definitely did take a nerf a little bit, just 1 extra bullet at the end of the day, but I really like it, guys. I think it is definitely Warzone meta, and I am still seeing a lot of pro players run it right now for sure. By the way, guys, I do stream on Twitch for anyone that does not know. You can check out the link in the description below. I also do live streams here. If you turn notifications on, you guys can see when I go live and all that good stuff. I do multi-streaming at the same time. And also, guys, I would appreciate if you guys do like these videos, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. It does help you guys come back and see all kinds of new content as I keep you guys updated with the meta and ahead of the meta, usually, because I'm always testing new things. If you guys come out to the live streams, I'm usually trying to keep you guys ahead of the meta and predict that next meta. But jumping back into it here, guys, we have the M13. The M13, guys, I would put at top tier viable right now. Now that these guns have been nerfed and like we don't have the 3 burst meta from season 2, the M13 could honestly even sneak into Warzone meta if you have like God aim, like Cloaksy, and that's why he runs it still to this day. But for 99% of the world, I think top tier viable is about as good as you're going to get with it. It is a very good gun with no recoil, least amount of recoil in the game. But at the end of the day, if you don't hit every single shot and hit upper body, it's just not that great. I love this gun to death too. So top tier viable as high as I can put it. A lot of people, and honestly, would probably fall in the viable, but just because you don't have good enough aim. The AK from, oh God, this is always fun, trying to figure out which one's which. This one goes to 55. So this is going to be the Cold War AK. The Cold War AK, the beginning of Season 3, was the best sidearm in the game. You're seeing a lot of people like Biffle, TP, a lot of guys running it as a sidearm, but they made an interesting change to it where they have a little bit less recoil on the 3x and they nerfed the movement on it for the secondary. So it's in a weird spot right now where it's like maybe Warzone meta, maybe top tier viable. I'm going to put it at top tier viable right now just because there's a lot of changes being made to this gun right now and those movement stocks. It might fall into Warzone meta. The stats are definitely there. It does a crazy amount of damage still. It just doesn't have the movement that it had beforehand. So we're going to leave it at top tier viable for now. And I'm very interested to see if this turns into an AR or if it stays as a secondary, because right now it's kind of in that in-between stage. Next, we have the Grau, baby. The Grau, I've been messing around with the Grau, and a lot of people have been asking me on my stream, is this the new meta, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's meta. I really don't think it does enough damage. It's in that same category as the M13 where it has almost no recoil and you can really hit shots pretty easily, guys. So at the end of the day, if you have good aim, you can really make it work. But for most people, it's just not going to be it. It is definitely good, though. The FAL. I'm going to put it at viable. I have people in my YouTube comments, and I'm sure someone here is going to tell me, you got to run it, dude. You guys got to do it. People on the live stream want to see it. It's really not that good, though, guys, to be honest. It's nowhere like the DMR. The bullet velocity is not that great compared to other one-burst or one-shot semi-automatic rifles from the Cold War, like DMR Type 63. So it has a spot in like medium range where it absolutely fries and it's easy to hit your shots. But past that to long range, it is kind of hard. So I don't love it. I think it just is viable at the end of the day. The M4A1, guys. This guy's been slept on for a while now. I think I want to almost put in meta, but I just don't think it does. It's been hit with too many nerfs over the time of day. We're going to have a ton of top tier viable, I feel like, today. But over the time, guys, this gun has just been hit over and over, and it's good. Honestly, if you hit your upper body shots, it's still very good, and it's honestly very consistent. This is one of the most consistent guns on here because you can use it at short, medium, and long range. If you're an aggressive player, you can get away with using it as well. But at the end of the day, it does take a few extra bullets. You can build it with no... I have 2 builds on it, I believe, on the loadout list. I think I have it at an iron sight one, and then I have it also with a VLK one. So you have 2 different, like one for more for medium, long range, and one for like short, medium range. So kind of works however your play style is. The Scar 17 is going to go into would not recommend. It could be viable if it had a 45 round mag. I really wish it did. And like, I really hope they do make some changes to some attachments at some point. Cause like, why doesn't the Scar have a 45 round mag? I understand like probably doesn't have one in real life, but you can make a 45 round mag in real life if you want to put it into a Scar 17. So just do it so then we can at least have a little bit of fun with it. Cause in my opinion, the gun's not that bad statistically, but when you put it 30 round mag in an AR, like you're killing maybe 2 people, like if you're lucky. So at the end of the day, just doesn't have enough ammo. And I am going to probably drop a Scar video on Rebirth Island this season at some point because I do think it's a fun Rebirth Island gameplay, but I think it's The Oden, guys. The Oden is going to fall into viable for me. I think last season I had it at top tier viable, but in viable this season, it's just... It's another gun where the mag size just isn't big enough. The only thing this one has over the Scar is the fire rate's slow and it hits like a freaking truck. So you're able to kill people much quicker with less bullets. So at the end of the day, you can throw a VLK scope on it or a red dot, blue dot, whatever you want to put on it. Or you can run it with iron sights and use it as like more of an SMG, sidearm. There's a lot of things you can do with the Oden. It has a little bit more flexibility than the Scar. But at the end of the day, it's just viable. I wouldn't put it past that. This bad boy right here, the Ram 7, is coming to the top of the chart today, boys. This is the best gun in Call of Duty Warzone right now, in my opinion, after the changes. If you have great aim. The Amax is better for you if you don't have absolutely amazing aim, just because the stats on it, it hits a little bit harder. The Ram, though, the time to kill, if you sneak a few headshots in, is redonkulous, guys. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Tfue literally came back to Warzone because this gun is so strong, and he loved using it beforehand. And I don't blame him. It's one of my favorite guns to use. It has no recoil. Some people out there are going to tell me it has recoil. It doesn't have recoil, but the time to kill is just, it just feels smooth. It's like the M13's big brother. It just does more damage. So I really like it. If you don't like it, you can try it as a secondary. You can do an SMG build with it, and it's actually really fun as well. I will post one of those eventually too. So lots of stuff coming. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see these fun builds I'm going to be doing eventually. The Krig, guys, is also Warzone meta currently. This gun got buffed finally. We all thought when this was coming out in the original Cold War integration that it was going to be the meta. Like, this was going to be the gun. Over time, they just have buffed it and buffed it and buffed it between multiple different buffs, and it has finally reached meta. I love it with the multi-zoom. Some people love it with the 3 times. Both of them are good. I have videos on both of them, I believe, out in some shape or form, and I really do like this gun right now. You have to hit upper chest, though. If you hit leg shots and medium, like, gut area, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but the multipliers are kind of crazy up in this area. So hit that neck to, if you didn't know, you can shoot people in the neck and it does more damage. So neck, headshot, ooh, crazy. The ffar. I don't think it's Warzone. There's some new builds of this gun right now, guys, and a lot of people are testing a lot of things right now, so we don't know exactly what is the meta, because it's really SMG meta right now. If you guys haven't seen that, I did break down some SMGs yesterday in very big depth with a bunch of stats and all that good stuff. I'm going to put it at top tier viable for the time being. It definitely could fall in the meta still. At the beginning of the season, I thought it was going to 100% be meta with the new build, but there's just been a couple nerfs to the movement and a couple different things. So pure damage wise, it's still there, but it doesn't have the movement that you'd usually want for a secondary. And as a main AR, I would not recommend it. So secondary, it's definitely top tier viable. The XM4 is actually going to fall into Warzone meta. I predicted this going into season 3 as one of the top guns, and you're seeing lots and lots and lots of people pull it out. Guys, I'm not trolling you when I tell you I can see the future. Like, I can just see what's going to happen with these guns. I can predict what guns are going to get nerfed. I've just been around Call of Duty for a long time, so I have a very good percentage chance that I'm going to be right. So I hit it right on the tee with this. I thought everyone was going to be running with the Microflex LED, and I was right. You also can run it with no Microflex LED. Either one works, whatever is your preference. I've seen multiple people. Diaz runs it with the Microflex. Other people don't run it with the Microflex, like Almond. So it's very strong right now. A lot of people are usually using it for a secondary. Almond's actually running it as a main AR. It's very interesting what he's doing right now, and I love watching it because there's just so many different ways to play Warzone, and every guy's playstyle is different. So at the end of the day, use what works for you guys. This list is just kind of gonna help you. It's anything in this area, use it to your however you want, as long as your play style fits it. This down here, you're just kind of messing around past there. So next we have the ffar. I am actually very surprised with the build I found with this recently. I haven't even updated on my loadouts yet because it's still in testing progress, but I would probably put the ffar at top tier viable. It was originally broken as a secondary, but it might end up being a main AR, guys. They did nerf a little bit of the headshot damage, which kind of hurts it at a main AR, but I put a multi-zoom on it, guys, and it has 0 recoil. Absolutely 0. And very easy to hit your shots with it. So I'm excited to see what's coming next with this gun. I do think it could potentially fall into the Warzone meta going forward, but I need to do more testing on it with the AR form. I literally just started testing it today, so I'm going to leave it in top tier viable for now, but it is still very good, guys. No cap. The Kilo is Warzone meta again, boys and girls. Yes, people are going to go out there and say it doesn't hit hard enough. Blah, 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 blah. It's good, guys. There's pro players literally running it in tournaments because they just love the feel of the Kilo. At the end of the day, all these guns up here are almost identical kill time. So it just really works out to what works best for you, and I love it. This season has been one of the most fun meta seasons yet because there's so many different guns that are viable. Look at this. In these top 2 areas, we already have more guns than the rest of the entire thing. That means they're doing their job right. A lot of people would say, oh, you're being really heavy on top end guns. No, there's actually just a lot of guns right now that are good and viable. So the Kilo falls up there for me. I love it right now. I think a lot of people are. You can use it with the VLK or the blue dot. Pick your poison. The Modern Warfare AK, this is a meme in my stream. Everyone wants to see it on a video, and I'm going to do it eventually, but man, I've been put in the blender this season. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I am having a terrible season because for some reason there's just hackers, and a third of my game probably playing at nighttime. It is rough. I am jealous of people that get to play during the daytime because I play at nighttime and it is not a good time. But this AK, I would probably put it at, you could probably put it at viable, but I'm gonna put it at would not recommend. The recoil is weird on it. It's just not great. It does decent damage wise, but like, it's just, there's not a build out there that I've tried it all because it's a meme in my stream. It just doesn't feel great, guys, at the end of the day. It is what it is though. You can use it if you want. It's not the end of the world. I'd probably put it at the top tier of like this, but it's not that great. The QBZ, guys, is a very interesting gun right now. It has crazy movement, but they also just nerfed the stocks on it. So like the movement on it's not that good anymore. So it doesn't do damage and it doesn't do movement as well. But I would definitely put it at viable. You can use it. The kill time's a little slow. It's kind of like an AN94 when it comes into that like time to kill. Like it's a little slow, but it has a little bit more movement than it. So I would probably keep it in that same tier. If not, it would probably fall into would not recommend. You can definitely get away with using it though. And then last but not least here today, guys, the Groza. I'm going to probably put the Groza at top tier viable. It's kind of just slid under the radar right now because a lot of people don't understand that the nerf that they did to it at the beginning of the season wasn't that big. I think we're going to see a lot of people switch to it eventually because it's really easy to use and has a pretty decent iron sight. And honestly, it's one of that close combat stock it has is one of the only ones that didn't get touched movement wise. So it has pretty good movement still. Might fall in the Warzone meta, but I think right now I'm going to keep it at top tier viable because there's just not enough people running it. Stats are good though. At the end of the day, I could see it pushing its way up to Warzone meta. But that is going to be all of them, guys. There really isn't a trolling weapon anymore in Warzone for ARs, which is great. I love this meta right now, having a very similar kill time for almost every one of these guns. It just matters on which one is best for you, especially in this top half. These are just a little bit stronger than these down here, but you can definitely get away with using any of these guns, which is super fun. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy today's tier list Tuesday. I hope you guys do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below, guys, what your favorite combo of class is right now. What are you running? I want to know because I want to test things out. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day and peace out.